Hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Hello, everyone. Maureen Reed, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for being a member and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Also, Karen M., I noticed that you are a new member. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. It's Thursday, you all. Only a few more days of mourning and grieving to go. I don't know if I can compose myself. Hello, Black Queen. Yes, it is Harry's birthday. I'm going to do something for Harry later, though. Not for this one. I'm going to come back later for that. Probably in about 6 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Let's see. Jacqueline Davies. Hello, Baron Squatty. How's you been doing? It's been a while. I trust by his grace, all is well. Terrific Thursday. Yes, yes, it is. It's a great Thursday. I'm expecting a service call. Hopefully, they don't come while here. I was stalling, trying to give them a chance, but don't you hate between 8 to 4 p.m.? Oh, God, I hate that. That gives me anxiety. You know, what if I have to go to the bathroom between um, like 8 to 4 p.m.? Oh, you know what I'm saying? What if just by the time, then all of a sudden there's the doorbell or something? So that always gives me anxiety. Oh, I hate that. I don't like a window of time. And then yesterday, I was waiting for something from Amazon. It never showed up. Happy birthday again, Joan Garcia. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. Let's see here. Oh, Georgia Walker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a member, and thank you so much for walking, for watching Royal Sussex. See what I mean? I'm so distracted by this window of time. So, just so you guys know, anyway. I'm gonna just try to stay on for like an hour. Um, oh, that will lessen my anxiety about this situation. Otherwise, it just every time I hear a little bump or something like that, I'm like, is that them? Is that them? Oh man, you guys, I don't like this. I don't like the sitting around and waiting, the not knowing. Um, oh man, wow! The Sussex Squad fundraiser is up to 44. I'm sorry, $45,765. That is amazing. You all are amazing. Thank you for that. It may even be more than that. That's just the last. That's a huh. Okay, okay. Oh, this is a good one. Gotta add that to my pile. Okay. Oh, they had a really great. Let me see here. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let me stop looking at Twitter. I just glanced at Twitter for just a second and lost my place. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Enough of that. Let me get out of here. Huh. Was that what I was looking for? No. No, it wasn't. All right. Okay. Let me see, you guys. I'm sorry. I just got a little distracted there. Hello, Church Nelly, Judy Regold, Donna Black. Okay, Joan Garcia says, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. It helps to stop me from feeling too bad about Harry and Meghan in that snake pit. Yes, that den of vipers, isn't it? Connie Balmer! Hi, Connie Balmer. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being a member and for watching Royal Sussex. Connie, I'm going to come back on later. Now, I want you to make sure that you get your rest. I don't want you to stay up trying to watch later. I have a real complex about that because anytime I want to go on late, I'm like, I hope I don't interrupt Connie Balmer's sleep. Hello, B10 pal. Okay, let me get my slides up here. I'm going to try to stay on for about an hour. I really, really have a edited video I need to be working on, and I haven't done anything to it yet. I've talked about it a lot of good that'll do, right? Okay, hi Baron, thanks for your love of the Sussex. We love for making us laugh. Sorry, going swimming. I'll watch later. Diane, fine. Wow, you're going swimming. Very good. Very good. I don't know if you're in the northern hemisphere or not, but I have like things that I wanted to do this summer. Hey, Ethan's husband. I had things I wanted to do this summer, and gosh, if the summer didn't go by really fast. Wait, Connie Balmer's been a member for a year? Really? I've had members that's been around for a year? Really? Wow, that's amazing. Where did the time go? Hello, Ray Raquel. Miss S. Yes, today is Harry's birthday. I'm trying to think, what did we do for his birthday last time? Or was it Father's Day? Huh. I think we had fun that Father's Day with Harry. I got to think about that. Okay, so my slide is here, and I this is why I wanted to separate Harry's birthday from the regular. Okay, I just heard a sound. Is that my maintenance call? Okay, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Oh God, I hate this. I hate sitting around waiting. Anyway, let me try not to think about it because it's too distracting. That window of time. Okay, so you guys, they made a big deal out of the curtsy. Okay, which, yes, I think that when it comes to the curtsy, that the Duchess of Sussex gave the most elegant example. As a matter of fact, the one of the American networks actually mentioned it because they were, so taken by how graceful and elegant and beautiful it was. Not to mention the fact that Harry did stay by her side as opposed to the future, who used to be the future, who act like he had a train to catch and just took off and left, you know, that one, the other one behind. The pain in the neck, formerly known as Duchess Doolittle. Um, yes, instead of the artist formerly known as Prince, for her it's going to be the pain in the neck, formerly known as the Duchess of Cambridge. Um, Audrey Teschner says, "Happy birthday, HRH Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. Much love, happiness, respect, and joy to all squad family and moderators and all around the world." Oh, Audrey Teschner, that is beautiful. That is very heartfelt. I love it. Thank you so much on behalf of the Duke of Sussex. And thank you so much for the super chat. And as always, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. B10 Pow is trying to help me out here. Poor Baron. One ear here and the other for the doorbell. Yes, this is I don't like this. I'm literally wringing my hands right now in anticipation. It's just one of those things. It's like just when you want, you know what I'm saying, you want to do something, but then you're also thinking, oh, as soon as I get into it, knock 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 or ring ring ring, here we go. um so yeah, that's just a hang up I got. Now you know more about me than you ever wanted to. um okay, moving on. So here, of course, is the mother of all curtsy, and there are the Sussexes looking elegant. And if I was one of those body language people, I would say yes, they're mimicking each other's movements, which is an example of closeness or togetherness. And who does it better than the Sussexes? Nobody, absolutely nobody. Makes me feel bad for the rest. Now, please don't make me sing. I don't want to sing. No, 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 no. I don't want to sing. Please, no. Do not encourage me. Please don't make me sing. I said no, no. Okay. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Okay, you all forced my hand. I didn't want to do that. And oh man, isn't this an odd mixture? You know, along with me having this anxiety waiting for a service call, the other thing that gives me anxiety is the fact that it's Harry's birthday and it's such a morbid occasion. Isn't it just like a sovereign to die before somebody's birthday? You know what I mean? I have gone from, oh no, we ought not talk about that, and oh, we have to be respectful during this period, if only for Harry's sake. And now I'm just like, is it soup yet? You know, are we still waiting for the funeral? I thought we had the funeral. Oh no, that wasn't a funeral. That was a what was it? That was a going to the Westminster Hall. I don't even know if there's a name for that. So this whole ordeal, and it is an ordeal, this is too long. If you guys recall, when I was looking at the but this was before they gave out the official, date and everything. When they said there would be a mourning period for like 10 days, my response was, "Oh dear God." I was like, 10 days? That is way, way too long. And here it is, it's only been 7 days, and I'm literally just like rubbing and scratching my forehead trying to think how much longer can this last. But apparently about 4 or 5 days, I guess. Anyway, oh man. Joan Garcia says, Baron, I wish I could wish fellow Virgo Harry and Harry a happy birthday in a card or something to take his mind off that place. Yes. Well, according to a statement, they said that they were not a direct statement from them, but somebody said, I don't remember where I've seen it because it's a flurry of information out there these days, but they're just going to have a discreet, private, celebration. I'm going to guess that if the kids were brought to the UK, then perhaps it will be in a family occasion. And maybe that's just exactly what the Sussexes, well, not even maybe, it's exactly what they need. I hate for them to bring the children over there, but um, I think that one of the reasons why the Duchess of Sussex has been a bit wobbly in appearance, and like when they did the walkabout. Um, when you're facing a potentially hostile element, meaning a minority of people in the crowd, or maybe half the people, you never know. But when you have that going on, it's enough to rattle anybody's cage. And then, too, you guys, when you're dealing with public figures, one thing that is, a factor is that sometimes there are potential threats. So this hate campaign has taken such a toll on the Sussexes, and I hope that those responsible parties will be made to pay for this in some day, some way. I pray that in my lifetime I see that that they are repaid or paid in some kind of way in full for yeah, for what they've done. I have had my eyes open in a way that I didn't even know was possible, but the way I'm feeling about that institution, about that family, um, as something has changed for a lot of people this week, and it's not for the better. I don't think anybody comes out of this a winner. Nobody is going to come out of this a winner. The monarchy is going to be weakened. The Sussexes have probably gone through the stress of being over there for this week, as well as the fact that it has interrupted a very big rollout that they had planned for the fall. But and it's going to take a minute to get back on track. And so, even though the tabloids make it seem like this is like the best time ever for the monarchy, it certainly is not. It certainly is not. Their um, future is precarious at best and probably limited at worst. So, yeah, oh man, the sooner this is over with, the better. Anyway, thank you so much, John Garcia, and thank you so much for being a member. And I'm sorry that we're in the middle of all of this on your birthday. It's one thing about Harry. Um, you know, Obviously, on his mind, he probably knew that the Queen was dying and that it might interrupt things, but it's your birthday too. And I'm sorry that your birthday is in the middle of all of this nonsense. But anyway, thank you so much for your membership and thank you for being so supportive to this channel. And happy birthday again to you. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, please don't make me sing. I think that's your cue. You're actually being a little sarcastic because you want me to sing again, don't you? I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me. I can take a hint, Kim. I can take a hint. I know you really mean. Please finish that song. Don't worry, Kim. When I'm done with it, that song will be finished. Yes, when I'm finished, that song will be overdone, overcooked, over soufflé, baked, simmered, stirred. Let's see. Alan Vernon says, Baron, how come I can only comment on a super chat? I have been subscribed for a long time. Well, Alan, okay, so I have a theory about that. For I don't have a theory about that actually. But okay, this is the thing. Your subscriptions to this channel, right? We are subscribed and everything, right? But you have a bell that you click on to like see when somebody has liked your comment or replied to a comment in the comments, right? But then you also use that same area with the bell icon so that you can so that you can subscribe to other channels. And maybe sometimes we unsubscribe and don't realize it and then subscribe again. So since I have the setting for you have to have been subscribed for at least a month, so maybe that's why that happens. I don't know. I don't know, because when people say that I can't um, chat and I go and check and I don't see where they have been blocked, then I don't really know. The only thing that I can do for sure is to manually add you to the Royal Sussex, and then that way you would be able to comment regardless of the circumstances. So that is something that I can do. So, yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, if I go to the what do you call it, to the list of people that have been blocked, usually I can't find the person that I'm looking for because they haven't been blocked. But I can what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of this, and when oh, there, that's what I'm trying to do. Later, I will attempt to manually add you, and hopefully that'll work. And yes, and this wouldn't be the first time that that's been brought up, that someone hasn't been able to comment. Um, One person in particular that always comes to mind is Karen. Karen could not comment, but Karen was not blocked. So I had to manually add Karen so that she would be able to comment whenever she likes. So it happens. I don't know what it is about the system that does that, but thank you so much for taking the time to point it out, and I appreciate that you care enough to want to make sure that you can comment. So that is very, very important. I appreciate it. Okay, so uh oh, did I almost just do a pedal? Wait, I can't do it. I think Petal has a beautiful voice. Sometimes I'm just like, go ahead and sing, Petal. I just have a feeling that Petal has quite the voice, and she hasn't shared it with us yet. Alma Andrews, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. All right. Wow, a lot of comments come through so fast. Hello, Baroness, the Sussex Squad family. Keep praying for the Sussexes while they are in the UK. Yes, yes, and yes, yes, yes. We have to. It is very, very important. Thank you for that comment. Hyacinth says, Baron, sometimes they are trying to log on from a different YouTube account than the one they are subscribed with. I know this because it happened to me and I could not comment. Hyacinth, that is also a great point. Like, for instance, I usually send a little, something to Twitter so that people on Twitter will, know that there's a video coming up, right? And if you try to chat from Twitter, you have to log directly onto the YouTube before you can make a comment. So thank you for saying that. It is a bit fussy, but that can also be a factor, is that you may not be logged in and just don't realize it. So and just like sometimes when people say that they, this happens a lot too. Hyacinth, thank you so much for helping. Um, Sometimes people will write in the comment and say, I can't comment. Where's the comment? Where's the chat, rather? That they can't chat today. Well, that's because they don't realize that the chat is off and that the video they're watching after I've already ended the video. And so they will try to get into the chat, but the chat's not open because we're all gone. So that is a factor. So yeah, I do apologize that this is um like so fussy like that, and it's just the way that YouTube's is and honestly, you guys, I hope I don't get in trouble with YouTube for saying this. I think sometimes that is a little deliberately confusing to increase engagement. So the more you're fussing with your YouTube, the more you're watching it. If I was to be a little, you know, that way about it, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that it also drives engagement if it's a little confusing for no reason whatsoever. Like for instance, sometimes when I want to block it's like no direct way to block a video. You could say not interested, but how come we can't block videos? You know what I mean? Like, how come I can't block Lady C or Sean Neal or whatever his name is, or the body language guy? I just want to block them. I don't ever want to see their faces pop up on my YouTube again, but occasionally they do. And we don't have a way to block that. So, yeah, there's a lot of things about the way it works that I wish was different, but I have no say. But oh, Hyacinth, thank you. You are a miracle. Thank you so much for that. Karen, thank you, Karen. And again, Karen, thank you for your persistence to make sure that you were able to actively get involved with Royal Sussex. Unfortunately, that happened to you too, and maybe in the same way or a little different. But anyway, every time I see you, I absolutely appreciate the fact that you're here. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, and then another super chat. Church Nelly says, still waiting for the Scottish man in kilts blowing. Church Nelly, as you know, it's been just a mite busy with everything going on, but I'll get to it. You know me. No, 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 for real, I'll get to it. Well, yeah, you know me. Well, you know what I'm trying to say eventually. But thank you, Church Nelly, and thank you for being an amazing moderator. And thank you so much for the super chat. And Elaine Parker, thank you. I've been a member for 13 months. You've been a member for 13 months? How is that possible? Gosh, you must have been like right there, number one. Wow. When I see something like that, I'm just like, has Royal Sussex really been around that long? Well, actually, Royal Sussex has been around for over 2 years, but I didn't actually do anything with the channel for like a whole year. And then that's when it like really, that's the unofficial. Well, that's the start date. The creation date and the start date is two different things. So I always try to separate those two because I still remember it was tax day, April 15th, that I committed to the Royal Sussex. Anyway, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for your constant support for this channel and for your 13 months of membership. That is amazing. Thank you. Church Nelly, you got to be about 13 months too, I think, right? Okay. Um, did I just go backwards or forward? Karen, what did you do? Did you mean to do that twice? Uh, wait a minute. Did somebody roofie me? Did you really mean to do that twice? Anyway, thank you for that. I mean, if that was a mistake, just don't do anything for a long time because I don't know how to reverse that. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Twice as much, I guess. But I hope that's what you meant to do. I'm sorry if you didn't, but see what I mean? They help to keep engagement. Okay, you guys, at the very least, I need to move to the let me see. Next photo. Let's see. Please listen to Trevor Noah's show. He made fun of Chucky, and I saw the thing with the pen. I saw that. I told you. I think somebody is like trying to mess with his head. Um, Wait, what is that? Karen, comment in the live chat. You mean to call in? You want me to put the number up? Is that what you're saying? Did I miss something? Let me see. Devani Gordon, greetings, Baron, and all fabulous and brazen squatties, fellowshipping in the Palace of Love, wishing Prince Harry the best prince ever. Happy and blessed birthday. Devani, that is so cool. That is, I love the way you put that. That is a great birthday greeting. I love it. Thank you for that. Uh, okay. All right. So, next photo. Now, you guys, I studied the lineup, even though I am totally over this whole situation. I was trying to figure out where would we find the Sussexes, because even though it means we have to, you know, watch all that stuff, still we like to assess that they are okay. Um, and we want to see them, of course. And so I don't know where the Duchess of Sussex will appear on the day of the funeral, the absolute funeral. But this Harry is going to do the walk behind the coffin. God help him. From the Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey, which is a very, very short walk. And then from there, they do another procession. I think it's over to Marble Gate or Marble Arch. Let me see. Wellington Arch to Windsor. Okay, so yeah, the after the state funeral service finishes at around midday, the coffin will be placed on the state gun carriage outside the Abbey, and at 12:15 p.m., the procession will set off for Wellington Arch at Hyde Park Corner. Route will go from Abbey via the Broad Sanctuary, Parliament Square South and East Side, Parliament Street, Whitehall, Horse Guard, including Horse Guards Arch, Horse Guard Road, and the Mall, Queen's Garden, South and West, Constitution Hill, Apsley Way. At Wellington Arch, the Queen's coffin will be transferred from the state gun carriage to the state hearse just after 1 p.m. And so, okay, I don't think any of the ladies will walk that. They will probably um, you know what? You know what? They may not even be a part of that. They may just hightail it over to Windsor while all that's taking place. So we may not see the Duchess after the ceremony. Let me see. It will travel to the central London to Windsor on a route that has not been disclosed by the palace. When the hearse arrives in Windsor, the procession will begin just after 3 p.m. So when they get to Windsor, um, I'm not sure whether the women are going to walk from the quadrangle at Windsor Castle to the St. George Chapel, or perhaps they will do like they did for Philip's service and take that short drive over there. It's not far, it's a short walk. And then, of course, the men will walk behind. Um, so, yeah. And then they're going to go to the St. George Chapel. There's going to be another service at St. George Chapel, which should end by 4 p.m. The procession will halt at the bottom, well, actually start at 4 p.m. at the bottom step of St. George Chapel in Horseshoe Cloister. And the bearer party, okay. Yeah, so they're gonna have something that lasts about an hour, and that's when they're gonna lower the coffin into the vault. And then at 7 PM, 7:30 PM, there's gonna be a private burial service. So the Sussexes may not even have to be a part of that. Maybe they can, start heading back to the United States at that point, God willing. So, okay. So that is probably, we probably won't see the Sussexes till then. It looks like they are trying to, either they want to keep a low profile, or they have, been instructed to keep a low profile, because, as you know, there was another walkabout today, and so far they have not, participated in anything Queen related or otherwise that I'm aware of today. So I think that after perhaps the other day when the Cambridges were a bit upstaged, um, they decided that we'll have none of it. And then I don't think they want the Sussexes to upstage them again, because I think they were a bit embarrassed when things like, Harry and Meghan and the rest of them, Harry and Meghan and them, Harry and Meghan and them, yeah, all that Harry and Meghan and them must have got the better of them, and so they just decided, well, um, we probably will have none of that. So of course it was that, and then at the Westminster Hall, it probably got to be a little bit too much for them. So they'd probably rather they just stay out of sight for a while, so that they can suck all the oxygen out of the room. The Cambridges, that is, suck all the oxygen out of the room. Apparently, the Queen's cousin, Lady Gabriella Windsor, fainted as Her Majesty's coffin arrived at the Westminster Hall. Looks like looks like somebody fainted. You can't see it on the video, but there's a photo where 1 minute she's there and then another minute she's not. Well, in between time, they had to get some big spatulas out and scoop her up off the floor, because um, I think she just kind of dropped. So unfortunate. Speaking of which, one of the people guarding the coffin actually fell face forward. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's like some kind of group psychosis or something. So, oh well, I'll let them worry about that. All right, so that is my best guesstimate, is that we'll see Harry when they go from the Windsor Hall, not Windsor, but Westminster Hall, and then of course the procession to that marble arch or whatever. I think they're going to walk that one too, and then after that, probably at the St. George Chapel, we'll see both of them. All right. Final procession of senior royals behind coffin. The televised committal service conducted by the Dean of Windsor will begin at 4 p.m. at the chapel. The imperial state crown, scepter, and orb will be removed from the coffin by the crown jeweler, and that should be the end of it. Okay, so let me look at a couple of your comments, and then we'll talk about this right here. It's a continuation of a discussion we had yesterday. Kathy Ross Lou, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Thursday to you, in spite of this drawn out period of mourning. Hello to Ray J. Windley. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Thursday to you. And let me see, I think there was one more. Good grief, there's a lot of comments. No, maybe that was it. All right, so let me take a look at some of these comments. After the funeral, Harry needs to grab Meghan by the hand and do a Forrest Gump run. Harry, run. I know that's right. Get out of there while the getting is good. I'm gonna assume that they read the will already. Oh, well, there's something I wanted to say about that too, so let me hold off on that. If I were Kate, I would be angry when Megan come back. She'll get all the attention. Yeah, she will. I see people on Twitter are asking Joe Biden under POTUS and FLOTUS Act to bring Megan on a American on an American home safely. Let me see. James O'Brien did an epic takedown of the haters who criticized the Sussexes for holding hands. I saw that. I saw that today, actually. I actually watched it while I was prepping this morning. Let me see. Someone tell Megan not to eat the potato salad. They don't know how to. Well, you know what? I take that back because you know um, some Germans could really make some potato salad, okay? And that family is mostly German, so I'm pretty sure they know a thing or two about potato salad, but they just probably don't know how to make it like Doria would. Earlier, bedknobs and broomsticks tried to copy the Sussex in Sandringham back rub. Yeah, and I saw Kate actually do a deep knee bend and read some of the cards and everything. She probably saw how beautiful those photos of Megan was and decided that she would copy Kate. And yeah, I saw that. I did. I did see that copy Kate move. Copy Kate can't help herself. Oh, bed knobs and broomsticks. I remember that was a Disney movie, but I have no clue what it was about. Okay, Baron. Baron, what's this I read about changing charging for oxygen? Is that real or just chatter? Charging for oxygen? You mean like at the queue for the to see the Queen or something or what? I'm not sure what that's what's in reference to. Charging for oxygen. Interesting. Please stop showing us that program. Not interested. This is a waste of time and money. Even North Korea is better than this. Anita, I appreciate that, but I just want to let you know where the Sussexes are likely to be seen. I'm not trying to glorify that family, but it's all about information here. Jacqueline Davies, Baron. Uniform they wear. Oh, by the way, let me talk about this. All right. So as it stands, Counselor of State is automatically bestowed upon the four royals next in line of succession who are older than 21, in addition to the monarch's spouse. So at one time, the Queen Mother was a Council of State, but after you know the Queen had children of her own and they grew up and everything, she lost her position. Actually, as soon as the Queen's father died, she was no longer Council of State, the Queen Mother. Um, but I think other people in like the Queen's Margaret, I'm sure Margaret was a Council of State, and then whoever was next in line after Margaret. Um, all right, and so here you have first of all William, and then Harry, and just legally it has to be um, that guy Andrew. He has to. The reason why Anne is not is because Anne has been so far removed from the line of succession that she's like down in 16th place. Yeah, see her down there? 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I think she's down in 14th place. So yeah, she probably never have to do anything. Harry will probably never have to do anything. So, which brings me to the next point, the titles. Now, I don't know if it's official, I don't know if it's official or if they're just doing their usual bait and switch, but apparently Charles is all good with the titles, but just not the HRH, which is fine. I don't want them to have a HRH because that means they would expect them to do some work or to show up on official occasions or something like that. And, since the Sussexes are not using their HRH, even though they're not, they haven't been taken away, his or her Royal Highness is a certain legal and official royal position within the family and within the UK. Um, and yes, it means that really when you're HRH, they're supposed to make sure that you have security. But then again, there's only a minimal amount of security for Beatrice and Eugenie. Not always, but only sometimes. So even that is not carved into stone. But so Archie and Lily won't have an HRH, but are likely, to be prince and princess. And as I said before, um, they would have to actively take that away from them. They've been prince and princess since the queen died. It's nothing that Charles had to do. The only thing that he could do is undo it, which, would be to his peril because, and I'm not even sure legally if he has a right to do that. I mean, just like taking away the Sussex title, I believe the Parliament has to do that. It has to be debated, and it's like a whole drawn out thing. And the reason why it's like that is because anyone, and I do mean anyone within that institution or outside the institution, any aristocrat could fall into disgrace and they can become unpopular because of something that they're done. But these titles are hereditary. Being the Duke of Sussex, that's a hereditary title, which will be passed on to Archie. So if you're taking away those titles, it's like taking away a person's family name. It'd be like someone taking your surname away because that is part of your identity, is part of your name. So they don't make it easy to do that, even if you have that startled look. Even if your eyes remind me of the Hubble telescope, they won't just, you know, take that away from someone. I would say that if there was a comparison, it would be like trying to impeach a president. Not always so easy. And even once they are impeached, they don't necessarily lose their presidency. So I think you could probably compare it to that in terms of the legal obstacle or hurdle that you would have to go through. And so it's just something that's so rarely done. I don't know that they've ever actually done it before. So, Sharon Young, thank you so much for being a member. You just got a membership, huh? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Thursday to you. Okay, and a super sticker. Wow, thank you so much for that. You are very kind. I really, really appreciate that. And again, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. For somebody who only wanted to be on for an hour, I am just okay. Karen, I thought Fergie lost her HRH. Ah, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but let me look that up really fast. Let me look that up. I know she still uses the Duchess of York, even though they're divorced. She hasn't lost the use of the title. I think she would lose that title if she remarried. Then she could no longer be the Duchess of York. Let me see. Sarah Tosuck Ferguson. Sarah Tosuck Ferguson. How come I'm not finding anything? Sarah Tosuck Ferguson. Huh. Is she a HRH? Let me see. I'm looking for style. Style. That will tell you what their titles are. Huh. Criminal charges and international arrest warrant. Really? On the 13th of January 2012, the Minister of Justice of Turkey issued an international arrest warrant for Sarah. She had traveled to Turkey in 2008 and covertly filmed a Turkish state orphanage. The Turkish authorities allege that Sarah made a false declaration when entering the country in relations to her motive for visiting Turkey, trespassed into the Turkish government institution. Wow, this is in Wikipedia. And also invaded the privacy of children. These charges carry sentences of up to 22 years. Mother of Midnight Express, what did she do? Turkey and Britain have an extradition treaty. However, Home Office officials have stated under UK extradition law must be order of discharge of an extradition request. If it is not an offense under the UK law, then the country requested extradition, in this case, is no offense in the UK law, so there will be no extradition. So I guess Sarah Tosuck Ferguson cannot go back to Turkey. Wow. 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 Okay, so styles, titles, styles, honors, and arms. On August 21st, 1996, Letter Peyton declared that the former wives of British princes, other than widows who did not remarry, were not entitled to the style Her Royal Highness. Meanwhile, divorced peeresses, yes, that means peers, peeresses such as duchess, cannot claim the privilege or status of peeress, which is derived from their husband, but may continue to use the title. The royal household refers to Sarah as Sarah, Duchess of York, but on the at least two occasions, the announcement of engagement of her daughter, she had been referred to together with her former husband as the Duke and Duchess of York. Okay, so we just learned something today. She's not a HRH anymore, but she still can use that title long as she hasn't remarried. All right, very good. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know this thing was still on the screen. Yuck. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are your eyes aching now? Oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I left that up there. I hope it hasn't injured your ocular nerves. Oh man, I do apologize for that. You know that can injure a person. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's awful. I feel awful about that. I hope you guys are okay. If you start to have like migraines, again, not my intention. I didn't realize that thing was still up there, that vicious bowl of jello. Uh, oh man. Okay, okay. Let me get serious again here. So, even though I just forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Uh hmm. Man, I hate when that happens. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so I'm going to thank you, Sherry, where I'm going to peg that to the top of the chat. I appreciate the reminder. Speaking of reminders, what was I talking about? Boy, I tell you, there is nothing so lost as a baby boomer who got distracted. Okay, share. Oh, hey, Lydia Washington. Did you just join us? Uh, so I'm looking for Sherry Wares. Oh, there it is right there. Right. Okay, so I see it there. I'm trying to pin this to the top of the chat. Oh, uh-oh. Sherry, I almost put you in timeout. I got to go over to my other screen to do that. I tell you what, Sherry, can you do that again? And then the next time, I can peg it on the other thing here. It's wait, no, wait, you don't have to do that. Yeah, please do that. Now I'll peg it next time. Thank you. I appreciate your help. All right, so uh Sharon Young is a new member and a super chat. Got that. And then Sherry's thing. She's gonna send that to me again. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I knew there was another super chat. RBDG Creative Podcast says she's here for this service and there for that service. The poor woman is still going on tours. Is that the Duchess of York? Yeah, well, if you're referring to the Duchess of York, the Duchess of York had just bought a multi-million-dollar home in Wayfair or Mayfair or wherever. Anyway, for some people that needed a bailout, how in the world does Sarah Tosak Ferguson have $5 or $6 million to spare? Unless she got a hold of one of them shopping bags. Maybe she got a hold of one of them shopping bags. I mean, I know she wrote a book, but Lord knows, don't nobody ever read them. She don't even read them. She don't even write them. Ray J. Winley has a super sticker. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Did you have a super sticker or did you just get a membership? But either way, thank you so much. Or has somebody roofied me and I just don't know what's going on right now? Okay, Sherry, I see it. I am going to do it this time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. I gotta go get some more glasses, you guys. I really do. I haven't been to the eye doctor in like 2 years because of the pandemic. Okay. Rosalind Gatewood, thank you so much for the super sticker and for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Thursday to you. All right, you guys. So I saw the other squatties share this photo, and I just love it because the co-conspirators, those household trolls, yes, I meant to say trolls, those household trolls um, that made our Duchess's life so miserable in that family. It's so poetic that they would be the ones that were caught, you know, on not on film, but on SD card, uh, leering, salivating, frothing at the mouth over the crown jewels. I don't know why. I am not surprised. And is that Brooksbank? Is that Jack Brooksbank back there with those Harry Potter glasses on? It looks like he's just saying, typical. But yeah, somehow I think that is Jack Brooksbank. I like Jack Brooksbank though. I think he's really nice. But this is how she's trying to hold it, but this is how she usually looks when they bring out them trays of jewels. I had to marry the two images together, the crown and Kate. This is probably the look she gets when they start bringing out those trays of diamonds and pearls and stuff. I bet you it's just like one of those slot machines, like you know how those slot machines be making all that noise and those numbers be jumping around. I'm pretty sure that that's what happens when they start bringing out them trays of jewels, and she probably was like, "Really? Anyone I like? Yes, your future consortship, anything you like." Yeah, so that is the look right there. That is like one of my favorite pictures of her. Mouth askew, eyes kind of wonky. Kate, Kate, Kate. I don't know why I always say it like that, like Kate, Kate, Kate. But it's just something about her that makes me go, Kate, Kate, Kate. And I don't know what it is, but she just brings that out of me. Let me see. Okay, I'll give you a good example of it the first time that happened. This is kind of weird, and mind you, I'm not worried about these people in any way whatsoever because they are very well taken care of. But Kate, Kate, Kate. Kate has gone with the Groucho Marx eyebrows for some reason. Don't know why. But people are saying that, well, maybe she's trying to send a bit of a signal to. Okay, I'm not going to show that whole thing, but. Um, oh man, I think she had worked my last nerves, and for whatever reason, sometimes I just look at her and I'm like, Kate, Kate, Kate. Okay. And then, of course, talk about a face like thunder. I know that they have just left their, that service and that they are bereaving or, yeah, or mourning. But, oh, I tell you, it would be different if this was new, but they always look like that. Always. Always. And as usual, there's space with Kate, Kate, Kate. So, um, it's as though William is, you know what? Normally, I wouldn't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but since the tabloids do it to the Sussexes around the clock, William is probably thinking, how can I get out of this marriage? Um, does this help the timetable? After all, I couldn't have done this while my grandma was alive. That is how they write stories about the royal family, not just the Sussexes, but they do it to everybody in the family. I think so and so is sending help for this. Or how about this one? Kate is going to take Megan by the hand and show her how things are done. And then, of course, that was just before they said that Camilla was going to take Megan under her wing. Camilla's reaching out to Megan. They just make up stuff. And so when I get criticized by derangers who say, oh, you shouldn't talk about these things, you're an American, you don't know anything about it. I can't do worse. I couldn't do any worse than the tabloid reporters, which, by the way, I have something to say about that too, but I couldn't do any worse. So, what difference does it make whether I know it verbatim or if I make it up? Am I doing anything worse than oh, I got a good example. Am I doing any worse than uh, 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 she makes up stuff. She makes up stuff. Am I doing any worse? I mean, they all just take license with every little thing that happens. So, could I possibly do any worse? So, I don't care if I don't have everything right. They don't get it right either. I just make up what I think that other people are feeling or what they said to each other. I'll just take license with the truth. And so right now, Kate is thinking, how much longer will it take before he wakes up and realizes that he doesn't really want to be with me? And William is thinking, how many nights can I stay away without her noticing I'm not there? Because that's how the royal reporters do it. You just make it up as you go along. You say what other people are thinking or feeling or what has happened. Um, is America really over the Cambridges? Okay, I'm sorry now. The Prince and Princess of Wales, are they as popular as they think they are? I don't think Americans are really as interested in the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge or the Prince and Princess of Wales as they think they. That's what they do to the Sussex all the time. That's what they do all the time. They do it to the Sussexes, and yes, they do it to all the rest of the royals. They create a storyline, and they just keep the narrative going. And ever since the this mourning period started, ever since the Queen died, there has been a running narrative in all of the tabloids of what everybody is thinking and feeling and doing and every bit of it. There let me see right here. Sophia, wait, I'm sorry. Kate and Sophie draw strength from their faith. Royals have worn their crucifixes on the outing since the death of the Queen, who was unwavering in her devotion. So right there, I'm looking at Kate, right? I'm looking at Kate. I don't see a crucifix. I don't remember seeing one when they were at that walkabout with Meghan and Harry. But according to the Fail, they have been wearing these things ever since the Queen died. They pulled out their crucifixes. They just make up the stuff as they go along. Could I do any worse? I don't think so. Why don't I just create a narrative? I could make up stuff. So I look at Will is probably thinking about the weight of his future as a future monarch, or Will is wondering how much time does my dad have, or Will is wondering, is my helicopter around the corner? I got some gardening to do. I could just make that stuff up. That's what they do. Kate is wondering, do I have to wear that thing again? You know what I'm saying? I could just make that stuff up. That's what the tabloids do. You can be a royal expert, Baron. I heard they have an opening after they took down Angela. Okay, Lydia, I'm gonna answer just like Angela. Wait, let me put a picture up. I love when she gets irate. Don't you tell me, you don't tell me what I can be. I can be nobody. You can. Why did you bring me here if you're going to tell me what I can and cannot be? I no, I don't have to be anything that you want me to be. I love when she gets irate like that. Oh boy, I mean, it's just you don't tell me what to say. Oh man. Oh, okay. So let me get these people off the screen. Let me see. Enforced bereavement is what we're in. Extended gnashing of teeth and hand wringing. It's like we're waiting for a barren serviceman. Okay, let me move on then. So, this is how you do bereavement with dignity, um, elegance, all of those things. You don't have to have a face like thunder and wonder what your future is with the person next to you because the Sussexes already know. We're going home when this is over with. All right, and then there's this one. Look at that person behind Harry. As a matter of fact, look at both of them. If you notice, uh, um, Edwina is trying to cut her eyes up under the brim of that hat. See that? The visor of that hat? Edwina's little beady eyes are staring down Harry and Meghan. But the other one, she's just too obvious with that ancient stoic face of hers. She's just too obvious. Look at them. Both of them back there. At first, I thought it was just one, but I swear I can see just the telltale sign of little beady eyes under the visor of that hat, peering up and down Harry's very fit, well formed body. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what I just said. But anyway, and as you know, if anybody in that family admires a well formed body, is Edwina. As a matter of fact, Edwina has been very generous in the past to demonstrate that very bespoke maxi coat that they wear on occasion, which is a one of. You can't find this anyplace else in the Military R Us or Cosplay R Us catalog. You cannot find it anywhere. See there? With that very well formed thigh and calf and stirrup pants. You can't find that no place else. I don't know where I was going with this, but let me keep moving before I get in trouble. All right. But yeah, I didn't notice it before, but I think Edwina Rambolina is trying to play it off and peering just beneath that visor. Um, Let me see. Yeah. Oh, by the way, is there a super chat or a super sticker? Did I just see that? Oh, there we go. Super chat. Maricata says, did you watch James O'Brien on LBC YouTube? Posted 3 hours ago. He said it's best no greater revenge than happiness. I like everything he said. I think that's the last one I saw, right? I think that's the last one that I saw. Oh man, let me see, because there's been so much information coming so fast. I don't remember where I seen certain things, but I think somebody shared that with me today. That was James O'Brien. Oh, and Dr. Shola was on something today. Someone shared that with me too. Okay. Was this the one? Oh yeah. You know what, guys? Why don't we just take a listen to it, shall we? I'll play it for you guys who may not have seen or heard it.
Do you know what they're complaining about? I bet you can't even guess. If you're not across this story already, I bet you can't even imagine what these vicious, vile individuals are complaining about today. But they're definitely not racist. Definitely not racist. Oh, no. No. We'd be this disgusting about anybody if they held hands on their way out of church. That's patriotism for you, according to Meghan Markle's critics. That's reverence for royalty for you, according to Meghan Markle's critics. That's commitment to the monarchy for you, according to Meghan Markle's critics. A man who has suffered the unimaginable pain of being compelled to walk behind his mother's coffin in the eyes of the entire world, held his wife's hand as they came out of a ceremony that would have brought back memory after memory after memory of the worst day of his life, or the second worst day of his life, after discovering that he'd lost his mum. Now flip it, all right? And look at it from her point of view. A woman who has been exposed to more abuse from the British media than anybody else I can think of. And I am not exaggerating when I say to you, I would include child killers in that analysis, in terms of paragraphs dedicated and pages counted vicious, vile criminals have received less abuse and less criticism from the British media than the daughter-in-law of the new king. And she's back in the spotlight, back in the crucible where she knows every single sniff and comma will be attacked as if it were an affront to the entire nation. A woman whose wedding bouquet was described as potentially poisoning her bridesmaids because it contained identical flowers to the bouquet carried by her sister-in-law, the wife of Prince William. And guess what happened when she had the cameras pointed at her? Guess what happened when the eyes of the British media and elements, disgusting, shameful elements of the British public that treat her in the most unimaginably horrible way? Guess what happened when she found herself back in that spotlight once again? She took her husband's hand. And I will never know where these people get off unless you tell me.
Okay, so that was Brother James O'Brien, and he had something to say about it. So, to my very dear, sweet angel out there that shared that with me today, thank you.
About?
Okay, but yeah, so for those of you who haven't had a chance to hear it, I'm sorry the quality was not great, but that was James O'Brien sharing his impression about the situation. It is oh, by the way, Marikata, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for reminding me about that so that I would have an opportunity to share it with everybody else. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. So, yeah, so that's that. That's what James O'Brien said today, and every word of it was very profound and also very, very true. It is there's no comparison to what they're putting her through. It's as though she's been running for president. Usually a president gets dragged like that, a presidential candidate gets dragged for about 2 years at a time, 2 years before the election. But this is someone who has been continuously dragged since what, 2017? Is that when the abuse started? 2017, 2016, 17? So it's really no comparison for it. Even for any woman in the royal household, well, I guess you could say they did make Princess Diana's life miserable, but not from day one, not before the marriage. So that's what's different, is that they never even gave her a chance. There was just no chance given for happiness without the complication of the tabloid medias. Jocelyn Young, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. All right, so on a lighter note, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. This is kind of fun. Sorry, Church Nelly. I had to cover up the fun parts. Y'all know Church Nelly is kind of nosy and be wanting to see everybody business, but I had to cover up the fun parts. Royal Streaker remembers the day the Queen forgave him after he ran past her Rolls Royce with the words "Rude Britannia" written on his backside. I didn't even know that this was a thing. Rude Britannia. Britannia, here's a wave. But he's not waving with his hands. Do you know how many jokes could start off with Well, the Queen was riding in her Rolls Royce, and next thing you know, a naked man ran past. There is a joke in there somewhere. I don't know. This was 2002, and I was wondering if her mother was alive. Could you imagine the Queen? Mummy, 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 did you just see a naked man? Mummy? Oh, mummy, did you just notice a naked man? Mummy? And the Queen mother probably go, "Oh, Lilibet, you do go on. Mummy, I just knew I saw a naked man. I knew I did. Mummy." Oh, I tell you, you haven't lived until somebody has wrote Rude Britannia on their backside and run past your Rolls Royce. I don't know why they don't put that in the advertisements. They should have like a magazine ad campaign featuring a naked man and a Rolls Royce and a sovereign. That is like Norman Rockwell gold right there. Norman Rockwell should have painted that. Naked man and a sovereign in a Rolls Royce in oils. Mummy? Oh man. Let's see. Cheryl Yo, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Thursday to you. Maybe it was hot that day. Let's see. Well, she probably couldn't run for president because no one can rattle her like Britain. What revenge would that be? But Meghan doesn't have a revenge full bone in her body. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She's not. Oh, you mean revengeful? I think that would autocorrect must have got you. That is true. She's not a hater like that. Let me see. Nobody sings that song like Hyacinth's Bucket, and that's pronounced bouquet. That's bouquet. Mrs. Bucket, that's bouquet. Sean, you know I love that series, Keeping Up with Appearances. But yeah, so anyway, this happened, I think, back in 2002. And yeah, he just bolted and ran right in front of the Rolls Royce with all his business out there. So, and they, of course, they pounced on him. But you know, I always wonder when you have to arrest somebody naked, how do you know what to grab? You know, if whatever you grab, you either try to avoid certain parts, and then other parts you're thinking, has their hands been there? Maybe I'll grab their ankle. No, that might not be nice either. So what do you grab when you arrest somebody naked? Y'all think about that and get back to me. Um, Hope I didn't ruin your lunch. Harry don't need to wear any uniform. Notice how stately he looks with the uniform. Welfare posse around him. Um, they can forego the uniforms. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Let me go back to that for a second. Oh, by the way, I have something to say about Aretha Franklin where this whole thing is concerned. Believe me, there's a connection, although it doesn't seem obvious. So let me go back here. Harry looking grand and stately in his uniform. I mean, in his morning coat. Uh, where is that? Did I use that one today? Actually, that was a yesterday photo. Let me grab it from yesterday. Number one. Number one. Which was number one yesterday? This one. Okay. All right. Nope, but that's not the photo I'm looking for. Actually, I think it was from today. Yeah, because I've never shared it before today. Oh, yes, there it is. I had to go forward to find it. Harry, I don't know what it is about Harry in this photo, but doesn't he just seems taller than everybody else? He seems like it's almost as though it's like he's Superman, like he has been superimposed on the photo. Like it's not even a real photo because his chest is broad, his shoulders are wide, very well formed. He seems so much, well, he is taller than Anne and his father, but he's in the back. He should look a little smaller than what he is, but even from the second row, he just seems so much bigger than everybody else around him. Even William in his uniform, it makes no difference. It's as though we're looking at the king. If somebody didn't know that family and you said, there's King Charles, if they didn't know anything about them, they would think that King Charles was Harry. They would think that he was the king. And they would probably think that Anne was Harry. uh, if you took that picture and showed it to somebody and say, okay, now this is a picture of King Charles, and they would look straight at Harry. Is that the king? They wouldn't think that that was um, um, one of the sons. They would think he was a king. He looks like a king, every bit the king. And up front is his older brother, Anne, with all that masculine energy. Okay, thank you so much, Mari Cotter, for being a new member. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Black Queen says, Baron, they are reporting that Harry will wear his uniform on Monday. Can you verify, please? I will try. I will try. The best place to look is Omid Scobie because Omid usually gets all the data before everybody else. Let me see if Omid has caught on to that. This is why I'm so dependent upon Omid because a lot of times when new stuff come out, he usually, let me see, with an elevated title rumored to be on the horizon and a unrivaled work ethic, no nonsense Princess Anne has become, okay, that's not it. Latest Queen State funeral confirmed 11 a.m. Monday. That was 7 hours ago. Yeah, so my go-to is Omid, and if I don't see it on his page, chances are he hasn't found out yet, or it just hasn't. It's not going to happen. So that is where I usually go. Also, yeah, that's my go-to is Omid because I just think that he gets certain information before most, if you know what I mean. Huh. Interesting, though, Black Queen. I would love to find out about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't give in to the pressure because, believe it or not, um, the person who has really been calling them out about this is none other than what's his name? The one I always told you was a good reporter in disguise. Um, Robert Jobson. When Robert Jobson really does his job, he does his job. When he's not carrying on like the Royal Rotor, and Robert Jobson actually went on Australian television and said that it was petty, that they're being petty, and that it's enough, enough. He said enough of this. I'm like, Robert, did they not feed you today? Maybe he ain't get fed, and maybe that's why he's fed up. But he called them out, and they said, well, maybe I think what the Australian reporters were implying is that maybe the Queen had put that in place. He didn't care. He said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He said it just doesn't look right that Harry, the one who has had real service is going to be the only one not in uniform. And I was taken back by that because I never expect that from him, because he's so good at being petty himself that you don't expect him to ever, you know, call it like he sees it. But on occasion, he will. He will call people out, just like I always tell you guys. I was so surprised that he called out, what's that one with that um, curiously long face? This one. He called her out, and made her look really stupid when she got some information wrong. So when he does his job, he actually does it. But when he doesn't, he's usually at some banquet or buffet or something, and he just, you know, gets lost in the gravy boat or something. I can't believe I said that. But thank you so much, Black Queen, and thank you for the super chat. But yeah, I will keep an eye on Omid. If you're on Twitter, I would say that if that was accurate and real information, that is the likely place where you will see it first. Because I'm just sure he would be all over it. Huh. Yeah. Still nothing. So yeah, the last time he posted something was 23 minutes ago, and that was about Afro Annie, that her role might be elevated. But I don't see nothing about Harry and his uniform. Huh. Okay. But thank you so much for that. I will keep a lookout. Appreciate it. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much, Ann Fu. Let me see. Oh, you got that reference, huh? You got that reference, huh? Mother of Midnight Express. But yeah. And for the rest of you guys, if you didn't pick up on that one, uh, you see, Ronald, my humor is deliberately ambiguous, thus allowing the listener to glean from it whatever he or she may. And then sometimes it's just pretty crude and tacky. But either way, it's always meant with love and with fun. There's no hate involved. Thank you so much for your comment. Julia Rock says, seriously, who doesn't want a person to wear their uniform? Doesn't it make you proud to see them for what they and the uniform represent? I know the uniform doesn't make you, but so disrespectful. Yeah, it is disrespectful. And I tell you guys, like I said, I was completely shocked that Robert Jobson. Well, no, not really, because I know that when he works, he actually works. You know what I mean? It's just some people, when they actually are doing their job, they're doing their job, and when they're not doing their job, that's pretty obvious too. So I just wish he would do that more often. Like, for instance, if he was to be more fair and balanced, like Omid Scobie, I think he could actually carve out a future for himself, um, away from the nastiness, the space that he occupies. But because he doesn't make room for that, then it doesn't really make available some of the things that should be, So let me see here. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find that from him, um, where he said that about the uniform today, but I don't see it, because I would definitely play it for you, but I don't see it here right now. But oh, there it is, right there. There it is, right there. If you guys want to take a listen, let's get to it. And I never recommend Australian television.
As the casket went by, And it was.
I'm going to try to skip to it.
The next 4 days, the people will come and mourn. So it was really effectively there. This was the last chance for them as a family to grieve her. They've got to get on with putting the stiff upper lip on now.
Yep. Harry and Andrew, not in uniform.
I personally have a problem with this because I know that they've had that. I know that there's issues, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yes.
But out of all of those people there, including the King, well, Tim Lawrence is in the Navy, he's an admiral, but he hasn't seen action. Prince Andrew in the Falklands War was a helicopter pilot, actually trying to get the missiles to fire at him rather than the ships. He was a very brave man, a naval military helicopter pilot. And Prince Harry did 2 tours in Afghanistan. Yet they're the only 2 not allowed. They're allowed to wear their medals. Yeah. They're not allowed to wear the uniform. Just they should be wearing their uniform.
So those who are wearing the uniform have never really served on the front line.
They're all honorary ranks.
Right.
The Prince of Wales, as he was, the King, and Prince William, the new Prince of Wales, they both served.
Yeah.
And
but not in battle.
Charles was a commander of the Royal Navy, and William has served in all different parts of the Central Regiment.
What's he done?
Well, Edward was in the Royal Marines training, did the really tough training course, didn't finish it and went into the theatre. Yeah, he's in uniform. Right. Harry took shrapnel over his head. He's not in uniform. He's wearing his medals. I just think it was petty.
Right.
And people will have their views.
Vindictive, actually, is what I think it was.
Whoa.
Well, that's pretty
That's
firm view.
That's a reflection on the King, though.
Well, the decision may well have been made before that. But I just don't think
it's decided, though.
Yeah. Well, look, the King has got to make a decision here. I just didn't think it was necessary because there's people in uniforms that, to wear the uniform would have been a proud moment for Harry. Does he have to? I think he's had quite a lot. Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people argue that. Everyone will have their views.
Now, did y'all hear what he said? He said it was petty, and his voice went down after that. But he also said vindictive. And so the Australian reporters, they were trying to give the royal family cover or give King Charles cover by saying, well, it may have been decided before that, meaning the Queen. He said, but it's Charles's decision now. Charles has to decide that now. So if that's the case, if you are the king, then you make the decision. Who cares what Mummy said? Mummy said a lot of things. Mummy probably signed off on it because you wanted it. And now you probably still want it, but I'm pretty sure that the whole idea about the uniform thing, that was something that was forced by either Charles or William or both. But it took both of them to keep it going. Whether or not that decision was made by the Queen in advance or not, is your decision now. Put the man in his uniform, or do you want to be embarrassed again, like in this photo where Harry is standing out like he's the king? I mean, just do it. It just makes sense. Now, Harry did issue a statement yesterday saying that he wants the focus to be on the Queen and that the uniform is not what makes the man, or whatever he said. But like I said, I was taken back by how forceful Robert Jobson was about his point, even though the Australian network, who is putting money in his pocket and food on his table, kept trying to push it in the other direction and give them a, I guess you could say, a way out. Then okay, fine. But Robert Jobson wasn't having any of it. He kept pushing it back in the other direction. But it's the king's decision now. So he could make that decision himself. You don't have to go by whatever mommy said or whatever you told mommy to say in the past. Enough is enough. Every so often, like I said, I know that people are going to harp on the other stuff, but every so often he shows just some glimmer of being a real person or a real reporter. And that doesn't escape my notice. As a matter of fact, there's not much about Robert Jobson that escapes anybody's notice. It's very difficult not to. It's very difficult not to find yourself caught up in his gravitational pull. I mean, that gravitational pull is so strong, not even light can escape. Oh man. See, I was trying so hard to be serious for a while there, but okay. I'm looking at the mirror. It says Prince Harry will wear his uniform as special tribute for Queen when he attends a vigil alongside her 7 other grandchildren. All right, so that's what the mirror says. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm looking at it in print right now. So then it must be true. I don't think that they would put themselves on a limb if it were not true. So I am going to say yes, he probably will wear his uniform. So screenshot receipt. See how that works? Screenshot receipt. All right. I've been a subscriber for a long time. I just became a member and still can't comment. Maricata, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to check into that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Uh, well, um, as someone said earlier, please make sure that you are logged in and on the right screen. I mean, but if you were able to do a super chat, or you probably are logged in, so I don't know what happened. But I'll see. I'll have to manually insert you into the Royal Sussex if that doesn't work. I'll try that. So thank you again. Black Queen, yes, I just saw the Daily Mirror, so obviously it must be true. Thank you again for the super chat. Scrolling down. Okay. Last comments here says, oh wait. Okay. That's what I saw. Francilia Mosley said, and William was jealous about the walkabout with Harry and Meghan, so he tried today, but no worldwide coverage. Francilia, that's right. That's right. They're not even going to talk about this walkabout on the 10 o'clock news because nobody cares. Because the 2 most important ingredients is sea salt and pepper, right? When you want to make some good gourmet food, you have to add a little sea salt and a little freshly ground pepper, and then you got a good meal. Or sometimes you got to add some olive oil and butter, right? But either way, it takes 2 key ingredients to make a good meal. And so in this case, in order to have a good walkabout, you can't just go with some old stale parsley flakes and and some old chewed up rosemary. You have to go with the gourmet ingredients, a little butter and olive oil or salt and pepper. That's what you need. Without that, you got nothing. So, I got a little ahead of myself here. Let me go back to where I wanted to go. All right. So why did I have Aretha Franklin's picture up? You didn't ask, but I'll ask for you anyway. Because this funeral reminds me of the day Aretha Franklin's funeral came up. Remember, it started about 10 o'clock in the morning and didn't end till about midnight. And it just seemed like it went on and 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 on. I gotta drink some water. And on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Do y'all remember that? That was the longest funeral ever. People went to work and came back home And they were still having somebody getting up just to say one more thing about their memories of Aretha, right? It was long. So the reason why I'm saying this is for this reason. You see the picture on the left side? You've probably seen it before. It's a very iconic image of Aretha as created by the artist Andy Warhol. It is one of his silkscreen prints of Aretha. He's done a lot of famous people. The Queen of Soul, Aretha, the Queen of England, you name it, he's done it. Pop icons. Liz Taylor, he's done them all. And the reason why I'm saying this is because as much as I love Aretha Franklin, as much as I have almost everything she ever made, I actually have that album, Aretha, the one that cover was, that poster was used for that album. I have the original LP, right? I have the cassette. I have the CD. And also, I have that poster. The picture on the right side is the poster. So as I stand here and criticize Aretha Franklin's funeral for being morbidly long and too involved and unnecessarily tacky, it was kind of tacky. I didn't like the idea of them changing her outfits. That made me sick on the stomach. But I feel like as much as I have been a fan of hers, I've seen her live, all of that. I feel like I'm okay to criticize and say that was one of the tackiest, longest things I've ever seen. And I was just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick! And I feel the same way about this 10, 11, 12 days of mourning. It's too much. It's too much. Okay? Okay? It's too much. Now, as I say, I spent time with Aretha. I have all of those things from Aretha, including that poster, which, by the way, is an original print from the record company, so it does have some value to it. I have the original poster from when that album came out. That's my poster on the right side. I love Aretha. But that funeral was long and tacky. So I am saying that to say that I feel like I'm entitled to say Aretha's funeral was long and tacky. I think this funeral is long and tacky. It is. It's tacky. It's too long. It's too much. It's overkill. Okay, we get it. Yes, she's been on the throne for 70 years, but this is too much. This is too much. So, whew, let me see. Well, Baron, they are not going to stop the morning train on your account. Sorry. Apparently not. But, oh, and also, let me say this too. I have spent time and resource with Aretha Franklin. I have been to Windsor Castle. I have been to Holyrood Castle. I have been aboard the Britannia. I've done all that stuff. I've been to Westminster Abbey. I've been in St. George Chapel. I've been over to the Parliament. I've done all that stuff. So as someone who has spent a lot of time and money in the United Kingdom, I mean, it's a good chance I've seen more cities in the United Kingdom than some people who were born there. Since I've spent the time, I've spent the money, I feel entitled to say this funeral is long and tacky, and I'm sick of it. It's just too much. It's too much. So some people on the internet have dubbed it Mournhub. Instead of Pornhub, it's Mournhub. I mean, people are just addicted. They're just laying on their phones and I got to be careful. But they're just laying on their phones and looking at their phones and salivating on their phones and stuff. It's Mournhub. It's too much. And yeah, and that's another thing. Thank you, Catherine Bryan. The idea of someone's body sitting around like that for days grosses me out. When they said that they changed Aretha's outfit, she was wearing gold this day, red that day, purple another day, I started getting queasy. I'm just like, you don't have someone sitting around like that all the time. Put it away. Put that earthly remain away. That's weird to me. You know, I accept a lot of things about the European way of doing things. Churches with people buried in the walls, buried in the floor, buried in the ceilings, hanging from the rafters, under the altar. I accept all of that. Okay, that's how y'all do stuff. Fine. But at least they put them away. Put it away. Don't keep something like that around. I just think it's kind of weird. Okay, at this point, I don't like the idea of moving a body from one place to the next place and to the next place. That's just not right. So that's all I have to say about it. PP, it was too long. It didn't make sense it was so long. And then Bill Clinton, well, I was just wondering what my girl was going to wear today. I couldn't wait to get down here so I could see what she was going to wear today. I don't care what she's going to wear today. Close it. Close it. Oh, that is just not right. Oh, it is Mournhub. And who's guilty of it worse than anybody? BBC Mournhub, you will grieve peasants. The BBC Mournhub. It's too much. I'm sorry. Like I said, I feel as though I was not exactly Aretha's number one fan, but we had our moment. When I went to that concert of Aretha's, Aretha never sang what you want her to sing. She sang what she wants to sing. I knew every song that she sang that day, even the most obscure songs. And people around me was looking at me like, you know those songs? Yeah, don't you? Of course, I was just, showing out. But yeah, I knew all the songs. Every one of them. I knew them. I mean, she sang some from back in the day before, she became the queen of soul when she worked for Columbia Records. I knew all those songs, the jazz songs, all that stuff. And so I feel entitled to say that went on too long, all that change in outfits and, it was tacky. And I don't care, 70 years or not, this is tacky too. It is getting tackier by the moment. It's too much. All that moving around and sliding back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Enough is enough. Just I know that Charles is trying to solidify his support. I know he's working on the future of the dynasty. But I don't want to see you keep moving your mama around like some piece of a puzzle or something. That's too much. God, that's grossing me out. Verda Sanchez says, that's right, Mr. Barron, that's right. They do not want to be embarrassed by the whole world because whole world is rooting for Prince Harry and see all the hatefulness of the and the pettiness. Yes, exactly. The hatefulness and the pettiness. That is what they have been given off. That is what people are seeing. And if they want to, and I was already thinking, am I going to go and protest them when they come to the U.S. or not? You know what, Hyacinth? I kind of thought about that too. Okay, I kind of thought about that too. Is she there or is she not there? Just like when they said that Trump's wife was in that box, only to find out that all that heavy box that they was moving was probably loaded with some top secret documents or something. But I don't think that his wife was in there, especially since they said she had been cremated. If she was cremated, then what you got in the box? So yeah, that is a consideration because guys, I had showed you guys like a week ago what the tomb looks like, right? I showed you, I think that day or the next day, what the tomb looks like. And if that is the case, that that takes time to open and close. So, maybe it's true that she's not actually there. Maybe she is someplace else. So yes, Hyacinth, thank you for that observation. I think there's a good chance that you're probably right. All right. Okay, and then this. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, 1926-2022. Really? At the ATM? You can't even escape all of this at the ATM? Not even at the ATM? Yes, yes. Oh, my days, exactly. Enough is enough. And then this is when things really got strange, Now, I could look past all that other stuff. I'm just like, okay, yeah, you covered a phone booth with a black tarp or whatever. Yes, you changed the ATM. Yes, you turned down the sound on the grocery store checkout because of the Queen. You've done a lot of bizarre Chris ship with a P, not a T. Well, this time just throw the T in there. You've done a lot of strange Chris ship with stuff with a P, not a T. But taking down the street lamps in the area of the procession, just so that not cover the street lamps, remove. Did you guys, is this on? Can you guys hear me? Remove the street lamps for the procession. They're going to remove street lamps for the Queen. So when I heard that this entire thing was going to cost some, $6 billion? I doubted it. I'm just like, $6 billion? The Jubilee was only like maybe $1.5 billion. How could this cost $6 billion? Did y'all just hear me say they're going to remove the street lamps? They are removing street lamps. When I saw that, I almost like lost my mind. I was like, that kind of crazy, insane laugh. I thought I had lost my mind. I'm like, okay, I could see all that other stuff. There's even a movie theater that is going to not show a movie, but they will open. They won't serve concessions, but just a complimentary bottle of water. All of that is free of charge at this one chain of movie theaters. Why even open? Just close the darn thing. Just close it. Why even open? Why even open if you are going to not show a movie? Why even bother? So, okay. Let me put it to you like this. The Queen is 95 and Philip's in hospital. The Queen is 96. No. The Queen is 94 and Philip's in hospital. The Queen is 95 and Philip just died. And now is The Queen is dead. I don't know what to add to that one. Okay. Now, for the other ones, it was the Queen is 94 and Philip's in the hospital. Then it was the Queen is 95 and Philip just died. Now it's the Queen has died. Y'all give me some ideas because I don't know what to add to this one. But always they are weaponizing the Queen's age, and they are building up sympathy for somebody who has had the poshest life possible, up until the point where they are literally plucking out street lamps. I think I have finally lost my flipping mind. I didn't know what was going to push me over the edge. Was it the phone booth? Nope. Was it the ATM? Nope. Was it the kiosk at McDonald's, which may or may not have been real? Nope. Was it shutting down Heathrow during the procession? Almost, but no. Was it what else was it? It was a lot of different things, but this is the one that is going to cause me to end up in the booby hatch somewhere, is plucking out the street lamps. This is my limit right here, is the street lamps. Everything else was kind of like, oh, that's weird. But this is just like, blah, 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 blah. So if you guys are interested in keeping a history of Royal Sussex, just remember September 15th is when I finally lost my mind. And it wasn't because of something with the Sussexes. It wasn't because of something with those beautiful children or anything like that. Not even Mama Doria. It was because of these effing street lamps being pulled out. That's what caused me to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Barbara McKay, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry that you had to be here during my complete meltdown. I'm even sorry that it's over a street lamp. I would have preferred that it was something, relevant other than street lamps. But anyway, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you for witnessing my breakdown. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So Barbara says, hello, Baron and Squatties. Can't stay. Keep up the great work, Baron and mods. Thank you so much, Barbara McKay. Is it McKay? Yeah, Barbara McKay. Thank you so much. Yes, you guys. So this is when I finally lose my grip. It's not because of anything obvious. It's because of street lamps. That's what pushed me over the edge. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Expat Lifestyle says the loss of productivity from the number of days closed and the people taking time amounts to more than 6 billion in this time where Brits are choosing between food and heat. Now, Expat Lifestyle, that's what I said the other day, was loss of productivity. But I didn't know that was mixed in with the overall cost of the funeral. So that's how you get to the $6 billion. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for that. I wasn't sure. Has there been any coverage on those other royals out and about, or is it all coverage just about Meghan? Ray Raquel, you have just taken this point right to where someone was trying to take it earlier, and that is that there won't be any coverage of the others in the U.S. Yes, there was a walkabout with the Cambridges, now the Welshes or whatever. There was a walkabout with Edwina and Sophie's Choice, but it wasn't really for our consumption. It was just for the tabloids to try to build up excitement about them. And that didn't work. So guess what? Harry is going to be in his uniform Monday. Thank you, Ray Raquel. That's probably what it is. Because that didn't work, that means that Harry is going to be in his uniform Monday. That's what that means. Rosalind Gatewood says, Baron, this is why over 1,000 people are listening to you every day. You probably need to switch to Spotify. Take this show around the world. Oh, thank you, Rosalind. You need to tell me there's 1,000 people every day who wants to hear me have a breakdown over street lamps? Thank you. Thank you. That No, I'm just kidding. I get your point though. I appreciate that. Okay, so there's Harry again, looking every bit the statesman, looking every bit the king that he is. He is the king of his own empire. He doesn't need that dusty old inadequate system back home. He's his own person. I mean, look at how downright upright he is, immaculate in every way possible. That's our Harry. When as soon as he got rid of those holes in his shoes, his life has been onward and upward. And that was only because he met someone who was a powerful ally and someone who definitely was invested in his future growth and development. And that, of course, is the Duchess of Sussex, Princess Meghan. Thanks to her, everything changed for him. And there's no going back. It is onward and upward. And of course, even here, I told you for some reason, Harry just looks bigger and stronger than everybody else there. Even the guy with the bearskin hat on. You know, those hats are supposed to create a more menacing and more powerful silhouette. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in the presence of King Harry. This decision line for wearing the uniform, Lieutenant Colonel, Commander, Household Cavalry, Colonel of the Blues and the Royals, and Princess Royal, Colonel in Chief, designate King Charles III. Yeah, I mean, you would put Princess Anne, you know, no offense to her. I'm sure if the military would have made sense for her, with all that masculine energy she have, she'd have been all over it. But that wasn't her future. So you know, I think everything is working out the way it should. Although I kind of let me see. Don't cry, you'll make me. Prince William says, walking behind Queen's coffin brought back memories of Diana's funeral as he shares emotional moment with Woman on Walkabout with Kate. Oh, and the Emmy goes to, are they well, not the Emmy, what is that award that they have? I mean, I'm sure he's feeling something. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I think that they do it. That walkabout they did today was because the last one did not garner enough attention for them. So they want to make sure that they can outwalk about the Sussexes. Well, good luck with that one, because as you guys said, nobody's paying attention and nobody cares. All right. This is a little bit off of the topic, but take a look at this right here. You see that? That is Ames Cathedral in France. Well, as you guys know, French Gothic was the start of the Gothic movement of cathedrals. It was the French. And from the French, they ended up adopting the Gothic style in the UK and all over Europe. Well, the Gothic style is around the world now. US, Europe, Canada. I'm sure you can find it even in parts of North and South and Central America. But it started in France, the Gothic style. But what you don't know is that Gothic architecture was not just carved stone, it was actually painted. The way we see it today is not the way that it really was. These buildings were highly stylized and flamboyant. I mean, every inch of those buildings with some expression, especially at the entrance, the stained glass and such. It all tells the story of the Bible. And that is what Gothic architecture actually looked like, not what we see today with just the plain muted tones of stone, the earth tones. Nope. That was dull in comparison. If you actually were able to see it the way it was, you would probably have to put on sunglasses. So that is what true Gothic architecture is supposed to be. Okay, it is Harry's birthday. I'm going to come back a little bit later. Maybe I'll put it off and I don't know, but I want to come back and have some kind of little tribute for Harry away from all of this morbid stuff where we watched him move the queen from one place to the other. I feel like I'm watching a game of chess or something. They just keep moving the queen from one square to the next. Let me see. Rory B says Barron needs to create a tour and teach us about these things we didn't learn in school. And I'm a professor. Oh, really? Thank you, Rory B. Well, I love architecture and history and such. So it's like some of my favorite stuff. That's how I ended up in the UK. I wasn't actually going to see, the people. I was really there for the architecture. The people come kind of later on, but the architecture, that's what really drives me, is to be in those spaces that I've seen on television or in travel magazines or in a book or encyclopedia, something like that. That is my big motivation. Yep, to be in those spaces, to see those things up close, to see all the architectural detail and the engineering. That I really get a kick out of that. Okay, I guess they'll never put the Wales couple with the Sussexes because the Sussexes always outshine the other two. And that is a big amen to that one. So, you guys, am I done? Let me see. Oh, I'm not done yet. Okay, so there's this. Take a look at your screen. Let me see, you absolute ghoul. New York Times readers bombard newspaper with threats to cancel $17 a month subscription after it published latest hit job on Queen days after her death. The New York Times, also known as the old gray lady, or the old gray lady, I think is what they call that paper. The New York Times is probably one of the most prestigious newspapers in the world. They don't suffer from doubt like the Daily Fail. Like, for instance, if you go on Google search or something like that, you don't get a warning saying that it's full of misinformation. The New York Times is a very prestigious paper with a long storied history of great journalism. But every so often, you'll get someone from the Daily Mail who loves to try to take a shot at them. It's not going to work. Now, I have a subscription to the New York Times. I love my subscription to the New York Times. And it's about time that somebody told the truth about this madness called the Morn Hub. The New York Times is not perfect, but I tell you what, it's a lot better than the Sun, the Fail, the Express, the Mirror, the Telegraph. All of those rags is much better than that. It's a million times better than that. You just don't get better than the New York Times unless it's the Chicago Tribune or maybe the Los Angeles Times before they got bought out. I think somebody bought them out and changed them. But yeah, those papers have been around for 150 years or more. These papers are very important to the political landscape here in the United States, the social landscape here in the United States. Those papers have helped us to tell the story of our nation. And of course, there's a very prestigious African American publication called the what is it? The Defender, among other Black papers across the United States, that has helped tell the story about the African American community. And so, the day that somebody should ever take a back seat to the Daily Mail with these lies about people threatening to cancel their subscriptions, um, I think what is it? I think thou dost protest too much. That's what I think. I think thou dost protest too much. We ain't on all that stuff like they are. A lot of people care about the Queen, but they also care about the truth. So stick a sock in it, Daily Mail. All right. And then there's this. Ahmed Tawahi, there are a lot of reasons to end the British monarchy. King Charles III is the best. Do you guys see the upper left corner there? NBC News. That's NBC News. That's an opinion. The scandal plagued Prince of Wales has no business being king or anything. That is just a start, among others. We're not done, guys. We're not done. This is not over with. All of this pomp and circumstance and stuff that they're trying to sell us, that is not going to help Prince Charles. None of that is going to help Prince Charles. Prince Charles' days are probably numbered, because I told you guys a long time ago that the other people in the family, meaning the Cambridges at the time, were probably waiting for a scandal that was so great and so embarrassing that perhaps Charles would step away from the throne. And people told me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He's been waiting all his life to sit on that throne. When it comes down to Charles or the monarchy, one or the other or both is going to have to give. So, like I say, it's not over yet. There's a good chance that Charles can ride out the storm. But for now, everybody is feeding into the morning train. But pretty soon, real questions are going to be asked and real questions must be answered. And it's not going to favor Prince Charles. Not in the least bit. There are so many skeletons. There are so many skeletons in this man's closet. There are so many. And not just his, but also William, too. And right now, they don't talk about it because they, have made a deal with the devil, the tabloid media. They have made a deal with the devil, and they are able to ride this wave of popularity. But those same people that have helped to build him up into something he's never been, those are the same people that are going to take him out. The only thing is, he's not truth. He's not truth. He's just all PR and public image and stuff like that. He's not the person that he's pretending to be. Now, he let slip the real Charles when he was fussing over that pen, and people took notice. And especially the American media, they may be the ones that started. I really believe that it's going to be the US. It is going to be the US media, and it's not going to be the well, not alt, but the alternative media. It's not going to be the Cut. It's not going to be the Cut or any of those magazines or publication. It is going to be the mainstream media that just doesn't seem to have as much deference, because after this funeral, after the what do you call it, the coronation, I told you they're going to have a long dry period where the US media will not have anything that they're interested in. Right now, they're playing along because of this round the clock coverage of the funeral and eventually the coronation. But once that's gone, what do you have? Nothing. It's going to be about 15, 20 years or more of dry, parched desert. There will be nothing to talk about, nothing of interest, nothing to barter with to keep quiet about anything. And so, what do you have left? Just the empty shell of a king, or perhaps a empty shell of a Prince of Wales who may eventually become king before his time. Charles may not be able to survive that. They can always use the excuse that he's unwell or whatever, and that will be his way to slip out the back door and allow his son to take over the throne. Either that or maybe the stress of what's ahead. Well, maybe the stress to take care of him. I don't know. But oh, Omid is reporting it. All right. That's when I know it's official. That is when I know it's official. When I see Omid has the story. Before that, I always wait. Update. In a dramatic U-turn, palace officials have informed Prince Harry that he can wear his uniform at the final vigil on Saturday evening. Harry will join 7 other grandchildren at Westminster Hall to stand in silence for 15 minutes by the Queen's coffin. Well, if he's still interested, if he's still interested. Let me see here. Yes, Baron, US media is seeing how they are treating Meghan. Yeah, Kay would see at first they wasn't saying anything, but now I'm just surprised, especially MSNBC has been dogging them out. They've been dogging them out. Prince Charles is not a sympathetic old woman. He's an angry old man. He's not a sympathetic old woman. He's not America's grandmother, right? He's not our distant grandmother over in the old world. He is a modern day bully, and people are going to take him to task for that. Oh, his day is coming. His day is coming. Okay, let me see here. I think I want to do that one again. Where is it? This is Prince Charles. I'm sorry, King Charles III.
13, sir.
Oh God, I'm wrong date. 13.
Yes, sir.
You saw 12 earlier.
Wait a minute. Oh God, I hate this.
Oh, look, it's going everywhere. Hang on. So nobody got shot.
Where is the man?
Oh, look, it's everywhere.
Can't bear this bloody thing. What do they do? Everyone's stinking.
Well, that's King Charles. That is King Charles. Okay. Let me take that away. I will put the Sussexes back up there. Okay. Well, you guys, I think I'm good. I am good. I have covered everything I needed to cover just for now. I'm going to come back later with something for our prince. I hope I don't have to change the time. I do have to do something like, I don't know, eat some lunch. Well, you guys, my window of time was 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right now, it is 3:35, and I am completely annoyed. Now, maybe they did come, and they heard me through the door. They may have heard me in here ranting about something and said, nope, and turned around and went the other way. So maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe they did show up and they heard me in here talking about they took the stoplights. They took the stoplights. Can you believe? They probably heard me through the door. Listen to me getting all hoarse. They probably heard me through the door screaming about a stoplight. Woo! They probably heard me through the door screaming about a stoplight and just went the other way, and that was that. Okay, let me look at some of your comments here. Thanks, Baron. I'll be there to celebrate our prince's birthday. Okay, okay. Yeah, I may let me take a look at the start time and maybe I'll change it just a little bit. But yeah, I'll be back later. I just don't want Connie Balmer to try to stay up to watch. Promise me you won't, Connie Balmer. I want you to get your rest. I mean, you don't want you to interrupt your productive day because you stayed up looking at Royal Sussex, although I do appreciate it. Let me see here. I ate my sandwich and decompressed, watching Royal Sussex. Now gonna go check out an replay of Petal. Petal was on today? Really? Was Petal on? Oh, you know, I want to hear the prosecutor too. What time did she come on? I didn't talk through Petal, did I? Let me see. I know she came. Well, Petal came on late last night, which was a real treat because I was look at me, I just typed Petal instead of facts and 2 cents. Oh man. Okay, I see 13 hours ago she was on. But yeah, I hope she comes on again though. Yeah, I hope she does do something else again today. Cause it's days like this when I want Petal to prosecute the case. Like for instance, when they go to tell Prince Charles that you're not needed anymore, I want him to have to face Petal so Petal can lay out the offenses and the shortcomings, and then after that, decide whether or not you still want to be king. That's what I would want. I want Petal to take up the case. Could you imagine if you messed up and you ended up in court and you got up there and Petal was like the prosecutor? Could you imagine that? If I, you know what? If I got to court and Petal turned out to truly be an attorney and I found out she was the prosecutor, I would just say, you know what, Your Honor, I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I'm still not guilty, but I don't think I stand a chance. If Petal thinks I did it, I probably did, and I just don't remember. So I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I say, please be kind and considerate. Oh yeah, seriously. I wouldn't want any parts of that. I would throw myself on the mercy of the court and Kathy, she was on last night. It was late last night. I did watch it. I've seen that one already. That was 13 hours ago. She was on late last night, but I don't think she was on today. I'm like literally looking at her channel right now and I don't see anything since like 13 hours ago. So that, yeah, it must have been around midnight. I was up at midnight. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't miss it though, because I'm telling you, somebody has to take those Windsors to task. And I think that if Petal takes them to task, then I figured, you know, that'll help get them up off of Harry and Meghan. Humiliate them, shame them, embarrass them, whatever. Let me see, Baron. You know your time's up if you're going against Petal. You got that right. Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes just the disdain and discontent in her voice for the wrongdoers of this world, and I'm just like, Petal could make a cop cry. I'm serious. Petal could make a cop cry. I bet you a cop could be all full of themselves, and then once Petal just started laying in on them, they'll be like, "I'm sorry." Well, you should be. How could you do that? Don't you find your training and expertise sacred? Is nothing sacred to you? Ooh, ooh, boy, I tell you. Oh, let me see. Green Nick says, "Thank you, Baron. Listening to you while coming from work. You're a star." Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. I think I'm done. I gotta eat something, and I'll come back later. But definitely, I want to do something for Harry's birthday, and I just wanted it to be away from all this other stuff like plucking out street lamps and the Queen's long period of mourning and all that kind of stuff. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, Sherry Weird. Do I have a list? Do I have a list? Let me see. I'm getting kind of loopy now. Yes. Here's the list. Oh, wow, that's a long list for today. Wow, thanks, you guys. Donation and updated membership Thursday. Yes, that's for today. Sharon Young, thank you. RBDG, thank you. Ray J, Rosalind Gatewood, Mari Kata, thank you for the membership too. Thank you for your donation and the membership. Jocelyn Young, Sherry Yo, Black Queen, Dina Cardosa, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months membership. Yeah, I got to get off this thing. Mari Kata, again, thank you. Black Queen, thank you. Oh, yeah, that was the super chat. TCC Sun, 10 months. Ray Raquel, let's see. Thank you for your 2 months membership. Barbara McKay, thank you for the super sticker. Or is it super chat? And Sylvia Fielder, new member. Let me see. She signed up. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So let me see. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah. Sherry, where did you say that Duchess of Success was on? Did you say that? And what else do I have here? Oh, yeah. Let me see. You're on fire, but you get it. Yes, I am. I am getting a little loopy. I need to eat something. Okay, you guys. Last word of the day is Baron, you're on fire, but getting loopy. Time for lunch. And with that, I am going to thank our faves. I tell you, all this hour will be there between 8 and 4 p.m. They got 16 minutes to knock on my door. 16 minutes. I got a feeling they're not going to make it, or they probably think there's a crazy person in here. All right. Thank you to our queen of hearts, Princess Diana, and our queen of everything, Queen Doria. And by the way, Diana, thank you so much for whatever it is you have been doing to.
Is it September 12th?
13th, sir.
Oh, God, the wrong date.
Thank you, Diana, for whatever it is you have been doing to King Charles's pens, all the leaking and tops popping off, and Camilla with dots of ink on her arms. And I mean, she had so much ink on her arms, I could barely see the liver spots. But anyway, she has so much ink running up and down her arm, I couldn't even hardly see her liver spots for all the ink. So thank you, Princess Diana, for whatever it is you've been doing to make their lives miserable. But whatever it is, it's been working. They look like hell, but then again, they always look like that. But yeah, it's working, Your Royal Highness. So keep it up. And don't worry, wherever you let up, we got your back. I intend to make their lives just as miserable as anybody. So, Every time he go to sign something, ink just splashes out of nowhere. Maybe that's that blue blood of his coming out. That's that blue blood. But oh man, I don't know why that's so funny to me, but every time he tries to sign a document, ink is everywhere. Everywhere. It's just like he's so nervous. I wonder what is it about him finally getting up to the throne that makes him nervous. I mean, Princess Diana said that he should never be king. She said, I know I'll never be the queen, but she said he should never be the king. He should never be the king. And maybe he can still hear those words echoing between those two gigantic ears of his. You know, in between those gigantic ears, he probably hears, you'll never be king. You'll never be king. You'll never be king. And maybe that's why he keeps dropping stuff. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I done started pulling on a whole nother thread. But that is so funny to me. He just the pen, every pen he touches, ink started running everywhere. Now that's gotta be some type of omen, isn't it? Isn't that some kind of omen? Every time you touch a pen, ink and stuff just starts leaking everywhere. There must be a sign there. I don't know what it is, but there must be a sign. Maybe it means stop messing with black people. Maybe that's what it means. But somewhere, somewhere there is a message, Prince Charles, King Charles III. You better be cool because today there's ink running all over the place. But tomorrow you might be wearing diapers. So you better be cool. Let me see. I saw that guy before. Sean, I'm about to get off this thing. I've been on here almost 3 hours, and you about to take me in a whole nother direction, and I cannot do it. I need to get off of here. Let me see. The Wessex and Cambridge claim did a walkabout today. The Prince and Princess of Sussex need to do the same thing tomorrow. Don't let those people stop you from being out and about. Well, Michael Miller, they just may do that. You know, today is Harry's birthday, so they plan to have a quiet celebration, but maybe tomorrow, if anything, I would expect the Sussexes to maybe show up at a charity or something. There's no reason why they can't go to a charity, not even for a big, a big event or something like that. But maybe they could just, something casual or whatever, something that will obviously be a surprise because, as you guys know, there are no leaks in Montecito. And plus, the Sussexes don't really have their team in place, or they may not have their team in place. Not everybody that's been traveling with them on their team could just, stay because the Queen passed away. So, maybe they would have to pull the team in or pull the team back together because they have their own people in Montecito where there are no leaks in Montecito. Okay, you guys, I am getting off of here. Whatever Sean says, I am just not going to pay attention because Sean is going to be then pull me back in here again. But I'm fixing to go. I got to eat something because I'm starting to get weird. And when I get weird, anything could happen. I might haul off and start running in front of the Queen's Rolls Royce naked if I get weird. So it's probably best I go and have something to eat. It's probably better. It's probably better that I go get something to eat before I start running around naked. It's bad enough I done already scared the service people away yelling about stoplights. What else could go wrong? Mummy, 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 did you just see a naked man? Oh, Elizabeth, you do go on. No, mummy, I swear I just seen. Uh, and to think I wasn't sure if I should talk about this today. For someone who wasn't sure, I seem to have gotten into the swing of things. No pun intended. Let me see. They're probably just late, Baron, unless UK cancels them too in respect of Yeah, that's true. They may cancel the nude runners on the street. Let me see here. Yes, Veronica, quick. I probably need to eat something because I haven't eaten in a while. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't want to be like that guy at the vigil that fell down in front of all them people. Did you all see that? I mean, he was standing there just wobbling and he kept trying to straighten himself out. Now, you would think at that point somebody would have said, sir, why don't you sit down, sir? Nope. Did he sit down? Nope. He decided to face plant all over those ancient limestone floors. He just spilled all over the place. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was so embarrassing. Okay. Well, Casey, Lord Nappyhead, it looks like he's getting a little longer too. I mean, he's a little young here, but he's older now, so maybe he's coloring his hair. Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. Let me see. I know, Veronica, quick. I'm fixing to get out of here. Oh, man. I wonder about that. I wonder. I think because it was raining. Probably because it was raining that night. Yes. I'm finna go. Let me see. Hey, Anastasia, Isabella, did I say hi today? And you too, Cookies and Cream. No, Lapando, how are you? Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out. So let's Madam Duchess and Gingervange. And I will see you all later. We'll do something very short later for King Harry's birthday. I'm going to pull together some of my favorite photos of King Harry, something to honor our king, King Harry. The only royals that matter in the United States are the Sussexes, which is why you see the Wessexes back there peeking and leering under that cap he's wearing. Oh, they a mess, ain't they? Look at them back there, just scheming and leering and scheming. He's looking at Harry, she's looking at Meghan. Just because they outrank you and will always outrank you. As a matter of fact, even their children outrank the Wessexes and their children. Did you guys know that? Lily and Archie outranked the Wessexes. And then too, look at me, I'm finna start talking again. Where is that at? If you look at this, where is Andrew? Andrew is supposed to be behind Lilibeth, right? Well, that sounds scary, doesn't it? But even Andrew's not on the one on the right. And if you look at the one on the left, finally there's Andrew. So you got Charles, William, George, what's that girl's name? Charlotte, Louis, Harry, Archie, Lilibet, and then the rest of them people. So even the Sussex children outranked them. Yeah, didn't they though? Didn't they though? Um, yeah, they do, right? Yeah, they do. Yeah, after the Cambridge brood is the very cool, hip, and lovable Prince and Princess of Montecito. The Prince and Princess of Montecito. Yes, rock on. All right, y'all. I'm fixing Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte. I didn't say hi to you today, did I? How are you? Bonjour, bonsoir, bonasera, bonus no. Le Prince of Wales is an imbecile. Yes, the imbecile. The Prince of Wales is an imbecile. Thank you for that, Charlotte. Whatever you say, it always translates to Prince of Wales is an imbecile, or William is an imbecile. Okay, now I'm fixing to go. Thank you, B10 pal. Without you guys, I wouldn't be anything. Without this community, where would I be right now? I hate to think of it. Okay, so with that, let's go to where is that at? Let's go to our Duchess and then our Gingervenge. And then I am going to eat something before I do like that man at the vigil. As you can see, I'm so upset and worried about him, but I don't want to do like that guy at the vigil because, ooh, boy, I tell you, it happened all of a sudden. And then you hear all those poles and metals and stuff scraping the floor. Did you hear all them poles and metals and buckles and stuff scraping all over them ancient floors? I don't want that to happen to me. So, I mean, but did y'all see that all in poles and medals and stuff? One minute he was standing there looking very dignified. One minute he was standing there looking very dignified, and next thing you know, y'all know how a pole sound when you throw it across the hard floor, like concrete floor. It had that little, pinging sound. Next thing you know, that little rod he was carrying was flying across the floor. He probably dropped. he probably, he probably dropped his keys and his chap. He probably dropped his chapstick. all, of, all of his little belongings all over the floor and everything. And then the people, and then they had to come and run it. And then all them people had to come and run and help him up and everything. But he's okay, y'all. He just got a little dehydrated or whatever, probably like I am right now. And next thing you know, he started wobbling back and forth, and the rest of them, they just stood there looking at him. And next thing you know, the rod went flying, across the floor, all them metals and all them belts and stuff scraping on the stone and everything, but he all right. He had a little dirt on the front of him. He'd be all right. That's a little. I gotta stop. But anyway, just a little dust on the front of him. Just a little front of his. Just the front of his clothes got a little dusty. That's all. He'll be all right. It's a good thing I wasn't there. Do y'all know if I would have been there when he went sliding across that floor? If I would have been there when he went sliding across that floor, do you know they would have had to carry me up out of there? Seriously, they would have had to take me right to the hospital because I wouldn't have been no good. I probably would have fell down them steps watching him fall. Oh Lord, that tickled me so bad. Next thing I know, his little chapstick rolled out of his pocket, his little chewing gum, his key, all his little change and stuff went rolling across the floor. And that little rod that he was carrying went tumbling all down and everything. But he's okay. They said that once they took him to the side and got him something to eat and something to drink, he was okay. But it was just he was a little dusty after that. Just a little dusty. Not bad though. So anyway, you guys, as I have been saying for the past hour and 10 minutes, I got to go. Because I don't want to do like that guy and go sliding across the floor and have my chapstick sliding out my pocket and my keys. Anybody see my keys? I don't want to be like that. Especially with all them people coming down the steps coming to see the queen, and then all of a sudden you just slid all across. Well, somebody was going to end up doing it, right? It just had to be him, though. He was the one who knees buckled, and he went sliding across that floor, and that rod he had went bouncing on the stone, and his chapstick come out his pockets, and his keys flew across. And his keys flew across the room, and all, you know, maybe his underwear was showing when they went to try to scoop him up. I don't know. Woo. But somebody was going to end up being the one. It was just him, right? So all right. So as I was saying, for the last hour and 15 minutes, I really do have to go. But I'm going to carefully stand up so that I don't go flying across the floor. Ooh, y'all know I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes, but that tickled me so bad. I was like, am I the only one that has seen this? Or did anybody else see it? And I hope they found that chapstick, because I would hate for Camilla to come in there. What day is that? Monday. And then all of a sudden she plant that big hoof of hers on that chapstick and go flying in the other direction. Now that would be embarrassing. So I wouldn't want Camilla to go step down on those that roll of chapstick with those little delicate feet of hers and then go flying all over the place. I wouldn't want that to happen. Oh, okay, you guys. I am going to go, and I will see you all later tonight. Thank you, B10 pal. Sometimes I had to laugh to keep from crying. Oh, I needed that laugh though, with especially fooling with them Windsors. You know what I mean? They could mess up the best of times with all their nonsense. But I will see y'all. That was Ginger Binge. I did the Duchess. Okay, I did all that. All right, love you guys. I am going to end broadcast. Thank you.